So these are the spacers that we are making. Jenica is the one that's doing this, getting ready for our flooring. So it's a 3-inch spacer that we put underneath the rebars to make sure that the pour is gonna be even up and down. So it's the rebars in between, and it needs to be solid, so it has to be made ahead and dried up completely. This is week 6 of our luxury bungalow build, and we have poured footing wise 3 more columns. So you can see that the total now is about 19 columns footings been poured. And you gotta remember that our columns are not some are 2 meters deep, because we have to even up the where the hard part of the soil is, and the minimum is 1.5 meters deep. So there's a total of 19 in there now, and we poured 50 centimeters deep. So right now the guys are doing precision work. We have, you can see the phenolic blackboards there cut on site, because we are now forming the big beam here, making the forms, making all the dowels ready. So this is gonna take time. So what I did with the diggers is to prepare for the mix area for the gravel, because as much as possible I want this poured as one. There you can see the metal work of this big beam, 1 meter ring. But like I said, this will also serve as our retaining wall, mini retaining wall. And this area is just under the bedroom, and that is the front of the house. So under the bedroom there's gonna be another retaining wall here, and then before we build up, and like I said, the bedroom will be the top of this column. You can see the rebars. That will be the start of the bedroom. It's very windy today, so I gotta get my muffler. So the boys are making sure they cut it to the right sizes. You can see here that we're going to be pouring our first proper column, not just footings this time with this one. So I'll have another kind of ritual that we believe here in the Philippines to be buried with the columns when we pour it. So you can see the spaces in between that the columns gonna be poured in, and the beam. So it's, when I don't like it when it's done, that you can see on the sides of the beam or column, the rebars, it has to incorporate the whole rebars will be inside the poured concrete. So what they're doing is just making sure each column is boarded up precisely. So 3 are working on it, Jonathan, Mars, and Juril, to make sure the proper measurement are followed, and the 2 diggers are bringing the aggregates down here from the top. And so I got a couple of girls doing the sacking and making the spacers ready. One of the girls making spaces right, the concrete spacer, because I want it all dried and hard when we use it for the columns, not the columns as well, because you can see that we also put spacers under the column footings But what I mean is when we do the floor here, because we're on the top of the beam, we're gonna pour the floor after we also made a retaining wall here on this side. And there's three more columns here, and then on the front from this where Mars is, there will be three more columns behind him. So if I had to hire 2 or 3 more help when on the day that we're gonna pour, I will. But after the pour, back to the work, guys, like this. So I know this one takes time. You cannot rush this kind of job when it comes to forms, because this is the first one that we need the forms, so it needs to be precise. So it might be another 3 to 4 days more next week before the actual day of the pour. So all the cement is in the storeroom. We'll be taking it down here as well. So that's old Mars cutting the board using my circular saw. I got these tools like that, you know, when like birthday, instead of giving me bags, I'll ask old Beat if, can I have a circular saw? Or like my miter saw, can I have a miter saw for birthdays, Christmas, anniversary, whatever is the occasion, Valentine's gift. I like to have tools. I just like it. I'm not into the bags and all the flowers and chocolates. Like I like this for Valentine's gift and all that occasional things. I would rather have tools. I like watching them on my storeroom, that I got all the specific tools for the job. Mauro. So this is how it looks like here. I just said the word Mauro because there's someone that family matters here, that you know it's a big thing if they separated here. Like Mauro and his wife is separating, having a divorce. There's no divorce in the Philippines, just separating. It's a big deal. Unlike in your Western world, it's like changing your clothes, but this is how it looks like. And then we'll board up the other side with big pieces, so the small ones are down there, just to make sure that it's all guarded down there, that it will be the shape of the actual column. So this is our progress for week 6 of the luxury bungalow build.